Alrighty, patient number 3, Sharp. Age 34, single, manual laborer, brought on the 5th day, from the Ma. Hello? Oh, you're not looking great. You're not looking great at all. This hospital is full of people. Did everyone really make it out? Doctor, answer me. Oh, that's a cough, right? Kongor, somewhere around here, he even had his eyes. Doctor, tell me, was it all just a bad dream? The train was just a toy, and everyone in the car survived. It's not my job to indulge your delusions. Your attempt to escape the town was a failure. It ended in a tragedy, with only a handful of survivors. You were lucky. How is that possible? Who locked us in? We're locked in and I don't have the strength to lift my arm or my legs? Am I dead already? Then where is everyone? Why can't I see them? Can you not see now? I should probably add coughing. Respiratory, right? Cough. He's clearly coughing. Can't lift your arm, you say? Did you notice this weakness before yesterday evening? The carriage is all emptied out. Did we arrive already? Why haven't we arrived yet? Why haven't we even started moving? Doors. The doors won't open. Open up already. We're here. Let us out. We're here. Easy, easy. Calm down. I'm going to examine you now. Let's see, delusions? The patient's perception of objective non-existent objects and phenomena. Objectively non-existent. I don't know if the hallucination is quite the same as having like a traumatic reaction with your memory is necessarily. I don't know if that's applicable, yeah. Bruises, bruises, bruises. Seem obvious enough. There is such a symptom. He thinks it so strangely sometimes. That's a lot of bruises. Is it from being stuck in the train? Bruises with hemorrhaging here too. From beating on the walls trying to get out? His hands are scratched, or did he get them scraped in the stampede? Yeah, these could just be physical trauma. Legs are weirdly undamaged by comparison, though. Alarming symptom. Sharp is coughing heavily, and there are drops of blood on his clothes. I should ask him about this in particular. I have to ask, Doctor. Are you absolutely sure that everyone in that train car died? Why would he do that? He should have just taken our money. Why lock us in there? I'm afraid I don't have answers to your questions. But I sympathize with your situation, and I want to help. I have to ask you about something else. The symptom might be key. Sure, ask what you like. When did you start coughing? This past summer, when I started working with Conger. His cough was so bad he could barely speak or breathe. That's why he asked me to help out. He knew he wouldn't pull through on his own. He didn't want to let everyone down. Did Connor ever see a doctor? Did he know where his cough came from? Connor coughed up blood. And now I do too. Blood. Blood on the walls, blood on my face. Why are they screaming? This is just the blood Connor coughed up, isn't it? He's not wounded or anything, right? Let's... Take a tranquilizer with you, Little. We shouldn't make a patient suffer so much.
Simon spoke to everyone, even me.
Yes, Dr. Dankovsky? I'm at your service. You found supplies for the microscope right on time. We have a case that needs lab testing. Do you want to learn how to do it? I don't want to mess things up, Dr. Dankovsky. When you're watching me, even watching test tubes is stressful enough. And here you're talking about a microscope. Beating yourself up doesn't make you look better, but taking action does. Let's begin. Here we have a patient, a survivor of the tragedy of the station last night. Almost any question plunges his mind into chaos. What can we do? I don't know. Check out where he lives, perhaps? It's good to do both a visual examination and to collect data from third parties, but I want to show you another method. Collecting samples. We have to be mindful of our limited resources when we use it, though. The patient has a bad cough. He's coughing up blood. How many diagnoses in our list match that symptom? Coughing up blood. Is this a tutorial for using the microscope when I already did it? So we're not going to be able to do the tutorial now? Like, are we just kind of fucked now? Let's see. A more severe type of coughing. Is coughing up blood one of the things? Where is it? It could be this one, but it doesn't actually mention coughing up blood specifically. We have cough, obviously. If we're going by that, it's 3 things. Let me check this in my papers, one moment. Coughing up blood matches 2 diagnoses. The list of symptoms almost matches. What matters is that every symptom correlates to a certain body system. It signals that this particular system is somehow affected. If someone is coughing up blood, what system do you think that relates to? The windpipe. Sorry, I should use the fancy name. The lungs. The patient's lungs are affected. Now, find everything that's both similar and different between our 2 possible diagnoses. Check not only the symptoms, but also the systems affected. Remember, if the list includes at least one lung-related symptom, we'll see something in the sputum sample under the microscope. That's what it is. I was wondering why the symptoms weren't listed in alphabetical order. Now I know it has to do with, what do you call them? These systems. Such is the case when we are not certain about a diagnosis. We must use reagents sparingly, so here's a trick. When you have several options, only check the body systems that help you ascertain a diagnosis. The first illness does not affect the mucous membrane, but has gastrointestinal systems. Should we take a sample from the mucous membrane and examine it to the microscope to pinpoint the diagnosis? Yes. When two diagnoses are possible, check which systems are affected to find the difference. Take samples based on the observation. Finally, use the microscope to look for signs of a particular illness. I get it, I guess. Maybe. At least the general idea. Let's review the clinical signs. The patient is coughing up blood, so there's two possible options. We should narrow them down to one using the microscope to examine one of the systems that differ between the two possible diagnoses. My head is spinning with all this new knowledge. I have to confess, I want to address this fancy equipment as sir. I will carry out the test myself then. Watch and learn. Except I can't, because I have no microscope slides left. Why, if they're gonna put a tutorial in the sequence, why don't they put the tutorial first then, instead of letting me wander around sandboxing and then fuck everything up, and now I can't do the tutorial. Whoops. This is really awkward. No. I kind of fucked there. But also, where's coughing up blood? Because there's three things for coughing. There's a cough and hematosis, indicating a serious damage to the... Yeah, that has... Okay, so hematosis... Hemoptysis? That is... I usually don't have this much trouble with this stuff. But that's actually a wild one. So this must be coughing up blood then. Indicating a serious damage to the respiratory organs. That must be what they mean. Just the actual word blood never appears. So I'm like, we're using different language. And I'm not a professional on this stuff. So lungs. Oops. No. There. Okay, so they both have lung. Yes, mouth. No mouth. Okay, so acute bronchopathy has mouth infection, but consumption does not feature any mouth stuff. Can I figure it out from the information available, maybe? A subtype of disease is caused by Yersinia pestis, transmitted by direct contact with the bacteria with mucous membranes, example, drinking from a dirty cup, smoking from a pipe, rinsing eyes with contaminated water. The acute phase starts with fever, muscle weakness was mentioned earlier, burning sensation in the heart area, followed by hemoptysis. The waning acute phase is marked by headaches, bursting pain in the chest. As the acute phase subsides, it becomes challenging to accurately diagnose. Without treatment, the patient dies within 2 to 3 days. Risk groups living in crowded conditions. He was stuck in a little thing, but a lot of that stuff doesn't seem to fit. Consumption. A chronic infectious disease, mainly prevalent in countries with average to low living standards, where it takes on high mortality rates. The disease is caused by bacterium Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This is tuberculosis, isn't it? For which humans are the main reservoir. It primarily affects the lungs and is transmitted through coughing, singing, and other respiratory actions. Initially, patients complain of muscle weakness and weight loss. Cough and night fever are often among the initial symptoms. Skin dryness is present in several... shut up, cat! In severe cases, hemoptysis occurs Okay, I need you to leave. You're being really... immediately jamming my ability to think and speak. Hi! We're gonna just get you out of here. That cat just completely destroys me when he wanders in. It's like partly a speech jammy type thing where like it's like language is happening near me, so I can't like keep thinking and talking and reading. And partly just like I'm aware of wanting the audio of the thing I'm making to be good, and I'm just aware that a contaminant is happening in the middle of my show. So it's just Andrew. I'll leave the door open to try to make Andrew's dog happy. for being able to wander in and out and not deal with it being hot in here separately from the rest of the house when no one else is home. But once a day the cat will like wander in and start yelling at me, and if it's in the middle of recording I'm like, I can't do this right now, man. Anyway, children, people with a weakened immunity, smokers, drug addicts. That's a surprisingly... I'm surprised that they talked about these risk groups, and specifically when at the beginning they really talk about people with low living standards, and it's like tuberculosis is a ongoing problem in the modern world still in many places, and it's like a very, very addressable, but we just misallocate our resources as a species because we suck. So it's one of those problems that we just kind of choose not to solve on a daily basis when we 100% have the power to do so. The fact that the other guy had a chronic problem too makes me think he got tuberculosis from the other guy. So I'm gonna go with that. And just kind of hope I got lucky today with a couple of iffy guesses. I would like to loop back around and do the mechanics correctly and guess correctly. Or not guess at all, actually. I would like to loop back around and play the game more correctly without fucking it up. And without doing everything that went wrong today, unfortunately. But if I got lucky / intuited correctly with my cool brain what the answer was, then I'll take it. Like I'll just take it and move on, and just move on to the rest of the campaign. There'll be plenty of other opportunities to do things more correctly in the future. There's plenty of other days worth of diagnoses, so if I happen to have nailed it, I'll be pretty happy with that, because seems like a plenty long game to go ahead and keep grinding away at. I've already articulated how I fucked up largely, but yeah, I just like I took it as a prompt of like, oh yeah, which 5 samples do you want to pick? You can only pick 5 out of 8. But what they really were saying is like, you can pick 5 samples all day. And in particular, I was dealing with a patient where I arguably didn't need to take any samples in the first place, which just makes it even more frustrating. Seeing the effect of ointment on skin lesions, the stepman Octay got all worked up and now torments me with questions like, what's better to be, a human or a Odong? Especially considering that herb bride takes Odong as husbands. So, what do you tell him, Doctor? Yakov Little. That one's locked in like it's solved. What's going on in here? I thought the diagnoses came in at 6 p.m., which it isn't yet, but I did already lock in one of them. Let's skip time a little bit and see if that NPC will give me diagnoses later. By talking to him, did I already fuck up the entire day and therefore can't even get the game to check if I was right or not? Why would I be able to diagnose them if not? What? What? This shit is so fucking janky, man. I'm losing my mind. These systems are so strangely implemented where I'm just like, why can't I just fucking do it?
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
That's always just a rough sign, is when you just have a moment where you're just like, why can't I just do it? What's wrong? Like, whenever there's like a very, 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 very particular, specific way that something has to be executed, and it's not intuitive, and you'll be like, why isn't it working? Why can't I just do it? That always, I just feel insane when moments like that happen in a game. How do I do doctoring for the day? I locked in the diagnoses. Do I talk to Little again? Or will that guy genuinely not give me my answers because I talked to him? I can't talk to Little. All the patients are gone now. What do you... I'm gonna Google this, I think, just to like try to troubleshoot this shit. Like, what the fuck? How does this work? I feel insane. Did did I instantly fail the day the moment I made the mistake of talking to the executor at all? Because that's a dick move, because I think the executor doesn't even have other dialogue options. Like, once you talk to him, because maybe you forgot what he does, I think every dialogue option results in you getting the sample, getting your answers on the spot. Because in the moment I was like, oh, I shouldn't be talking to you yet, was what I realized right after I clicked on him. But I don't think any of the options would allowed me to leave without getting the answers about the diagnoses. Okay, I'm looking this up. What's wrong? Okay, I was losing my mind. So on the table next to him are papers that you can click on to then get the answers again, separately from the NPC. But there's not much prompting you to know that they're there now. But okay, we know that they're there now, and I already clicked on them, so I'm like, oh fuck, cancel, to try to interrupt the animation playing. An error has crept into the diagnosis. Someone Alright, well. Didn't get to read what that said. There's just some real aggravating elements where I'm just like, please, just throw me a bone, just help me a little bit on my ability to read things and tell what's happening. Okay, so I need to try again. Somebody was wrong. So right now, I believe I have too many items in my inventory. Yeah. I need to get rid of 2 of these things. Probably the morphine crystals and these matches. There we go. So that is 12 items. Alright, we'll loop to tomorrow and try again. This should be way faster because I've already kind of played the day. I just need to slightly alter how I did some of it. But I don't need to reread all the dialogue and so on. I was happy with the Kin's diagnosis. It's these 2 I want to reset. Gotta confirm that. I don't necessarily know for sure that the Kin's diagnosis is right. I know that I did something wrong at least. Oh shit, I should have looked at the forums. I don't remember if the... Oh, god damn it. I forgot to get the fucking... Lock. There we go. I forgot. I should have looked at the forums. I don't remember if they tell you which ones are wrong. Like if some are wrong or if all of them are wrong. Intuitively, I'm ready for the video game to be like, who knows? Who knows who's wrong? Because that's how a lot of video games do things to stop you from just brute force guessing. Someone was wrong. I should be able to get more information by having actual slides this time. So the 5 slides should be back. I'm happy to have learned that the forums are on the table, because I was really frustrated being like, don't tell me I lost the entire day because I fucking talked to the executor early. I felt insane. I'm like, they can't be that. They can't. Because why would they let me even diagnose them at that point if the inputs don't count? Okay, so we had this guy. Yeah, hematomas and itchy skin. yellow ones are interesting. Are those hints? Or are those just comorbid visual impairment, dystrophy? They're the other ones of the thing I've... Yeah, okay, so when you have something clicked on it, it highlights all the ones that might be connected to that. Got it. Let's see. The question is, should I be looking into his other symptoms or not? And which things specifically count as symptoms? I'm really fixated on the hematomas. Or previously I was looking at the itchy skin. Yeah. I was looking at hepatitis versus stone skin. Stone skin has a mouth symptom. Hepatitis has no mouth symptom. So let's take a mouth swab. Wait, microscope slides left 0? What? What? How do I get more Wait, how do I get more microscope slides? I looped to a different day and we don't have microscope slides at the lab? I literally fucked up this mechanic before the tutorial even played, and now I can't do it. What? I am so frustrated right now. What do you mean I'm out of microscope slides? Why would that not be... Is that not part of the lab instead of my inventory? Hit? Fair.
It was quiet in the Nautica.
Oh look, more reagents. I guess I wasted my time crafting more of the... But no microscope slides! Let's Google this live. Pathologic 3. How to get more microscope slides. Is that even a thing? No search results for this question on the internet, as far as I can tell. How? How is this not... I don't... I'm getting very frustrated right now. I'm getting actually, like, legitimately very frustrated by this mechanic. I don't... How did I fuck up this bad? And it's permanent? Like, I just can't get more slides? Are there more slides tomorrow? Is that how it works? Do I have a limited budget of how many slides I have per day? And if I use up those slides, they're gone forever in every copy of that day forever? Even though this is a game about time traveling where every time I repeat the day, everything starts over. But... I feel like I'm losing my goddamn mind. Okay, let's try starting over again for the 700th time. We've played today so many times now. Maybe if I completely reset all 3 of the patients, maybe it then unlocks the slides I spent diagnosing the kin guy. Because, like, that's the next troubleshooting step in my head that makes some kind of sense, right? I gotta get through this. Oh, I'm really iffy on the new mechanics in this game, man. Between the fucking Shabnak Adir and this stuff, I'm like, these are just so weirdly implemented. And I'm apparently just perfectly falling face first into like the worst possible way of experiencing how this can go wrong, it feels like. I feel like there's gonna be other people that just like got a little more lucky and chose the right options or intuited or guessed correctly how things would work the first time and just did not fall face first into this mess of what can happen if you do it wrong. But oh my god, it's not just me, right? Like this, some of this stuff is weird, right? I'm not insane. I'm the psycho that's like, that was in the process of wanting to pen a video essay about how fun I think the Pathologic games are overall. Like I think the Pathologic 1 and 2 have a really interesting and compelling system. And this is obviously a diversion, so it's not a contradiction of that. But I'm just like, I was like open to a lot of their stuff. But these specific new systems are so strangely implemented. And I just feel insane trying to work through them. That we're even in a situation like this where I'm like, I now feel like I've like figured it out. Like I've got caught up on how the actual diagnosis process works, but then the mechanical implementation of half of it is like, wait, why won't the buttons work? Why can't I use the things? Why don't most of the things exist, etc. I just constantly left being like, why can't I press the buttons I want to press? Why can't I use the diagnostic tools that I'm supposed to have access to? I can't figure out why. Me desperately trying to not pick the actively racist options here. Thank you. Half of the dialogue options are just being condescending to the steppe people. Just unnecessarily. Reagents left 0. Oh, because I didn't pick them up. But I have them here, so that'll be fine. Oh. Microscope slides left 0. So there's 0 slides left. Even though one of them's gone, right? God damn it, man. Okay, so I just feel generally trapped here and have no idea what else to do with myself because this is the only thing to do left today, and I gotta get through this. This is the singular roadblock, and that there's nothing else to do on day 5 besides just loop through here over and over again until I get it right, and hope I get it right. We said Octay has stone skin. I'm gonna hope that's still correct. Last time I figured he has... It wasn't that. I think we guessed that he had stone skin that wasn't done yet or something? Or was it hepatitis? Because it's alcoholic, yeah. Something was wrong. What if we take all the other symptoms seriously instead? So... he has itchy skins, maybe hematomas. He had a lip lesion and that the thing is... his lip is open. Headache, bulimia. Take the memory lapse seriously. Like that hint was supposed to be more important than I thought it was, maybe. Does he have red eyes? No, his eyes are fine. They have limb weakness? No, the other guy had limb weakness. He's not coughing. When it gets cold, I shake, I get feverish. He's mentioning a fever, which could still be relevant. And shakes. Is shaking a lit thing? I'm kind of just checking every symptom he mentions at all and seeing where the middle of the fucking scatter plot is, because I can't take a test on his body. I want to die. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry we're having another whiny episode where I'm just like frustrated with the systems being a pain in the ass, but much like with the Shabnek, I will at least probably have learned it now and can figure it out in the future. The frustration is just being like, in the moment you're like, okay, I get it, and then the weird finickiness of the game is just getting in the way of me playing it, where I'm like, no, I get it. I want to play the game now. I get what to do. And the game was like, no, you can't. And I'm like, why is it so hard to just play a game about time loops? Is shaking a symptom in any of these things? Where would shaking go? I don't know where to go besides just reading everything. Loss of coordination does not count as that. Chest pain. Weakness. It's still not shaking exactly. I don't know if shaking is applicable anywhere. What's burning fever? A highly contagious disease caused by the neurolocovirus, neural serovirus, transmitted through contact and breathing. Initially, the disease presents with fever, headache, abdominal pain. Later, ulcers and eczema appear on the skin. Itchy, herpetic rashes are observed. Patient experiences psychosis. Frequent fatal outcomes among densely living and working population. People living in unsanitary conditions. The lip lesion specifically. It's like if we take some of the signs on his body as maybe not being tied to drinking and maybe not... My memory is like a sieve. They say that a lot. The other character also said that. Did you enter the plague house or didn't you? I think if I'd gone inside, I would have let out the little bull, right? For the girl. Would have done my best. I gave her my word. Is that a hallucination? Because that sounds like bullshit. Hallucinations are a symptom of burning fever. I think he might be delusional. That's a lot of symptoms for burning fever, so that's... It could be that he, instead of having itchy skin, I mean, it still is itchy skin, but he could have eczema. Like, that's potentially part of it. I don't think we have evidence of loss of coordination, diarrhea, headache. Actually, he might have had loss of coordination at the beginning, I forgot. He said his head was could it be your head was pounding because you were drinking? That dialogue also points towards headache. A lot of stuff points towards burning fever. Ink syndrome's there. He's not having difficulty breathing. No photophobia, no darkened capillaries. I think my shot in the dark is going to be burning fever. And for you, consumption still makes sense with... Consumption makes sense with the entire backstory he has. Let's maybe give this a go. They're all locked in. Let's get back to the base. Proceed with time. And maybe we'll have it. And if we have it, I'll just close the door on... I'll close the book on the chapter that is day 5 and my frustrations with it. And in future days of diagnoses, I will have, armed with the tutorial, have an idea of how the microscope and all these steps work and not fuck them up in some weird permanent way. Like, I'm so frustrated and confused right now because I'm like, even when I figured out how the system works, the game wouldn't let me use the system to do anything with it, even though I reset the time, because it's a time loop. But the time loop doesn't bring back the slides? Like, genuinely confusing to me. Yeah, there's papers here, and they're not here yet because it's not 6 p.m. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip forward in time to pass that. There we go. So he should be here now. I thought it was 6 p.m., but he definitely seemed to be there earlier before, so I don't actually know when he shows up. Thank you, 33. Diagnostic successful! Sorry, what? So that offhand comment about memory lapses, I'm supposed to genuinely think as being like what the game calls amnesia in its description. Which doesn't seem like it should be quite that way. Okay, so we got them all in. That's good. So we have a second vaccine now. The method, so this is for the guy with consumption. The method worked. Patient Sharp is coughing a bit less now, so he prescribed the right treatment for the right ailment. But another way it seems harder for him. The better he feels, the more vividly he remembers how people were killed before his eyes. He raves about that locked train car. I'm afraid he might harm himself. Yakov Little. Bok. Doctor, I'm a small person. Insignificant. And yet you took... Oh, it's from him instead of from them. This is a message from Bok. Doctor, I'm a small person. Insignificant. Yet you, took me on, figured out what pills would ease my suffering. Usually people try to beat me instead. But that's nothing. I don't take offense. Thank you for the heart, from the heart of your kindness. Thank you from the heart for your kindness. The heart being his heart, not my heart. The heart for your... The lack of commas. With the deepest bow, the vagrant Bobok. Okay, we made it. Jeez. Alright. So now I know what to not fuck up at clicking, and hopefully my slides will be reset tomorrow as I anticipate, and then I can play the game normally again and put this behind me? Jesus Christ. Oops. Let me do that. Let's put the day 5 vaccine in place. Protocol 5. Vaccinate the population with the experimental emergency command drug. Is that different from the day 4 vaccination? It's called a different thing, Protocol 5. It costs 35 orderlies, which I don't have. Experimental vaccine, water filtration, stopping time. Let's remove these. Oops. Ah, no, go away. There we go. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay. So I unlocked a vaccine that I can't use because it requires a task force of 35 orderlies. And I don't have 35 orderlies. Like, as my starting amount. I thought that maybe... I started to worry that maybe you spend them on previous days and they don't come back. But I'm like, I don't think that's how the people work. I think that's how the supplies work, maybe. But no. This just... So I did all that work to get a vaccine, and I can't use the vaccine because I can only administer that vaccine with 35 orderlies. And I never have 35 orderlies. I only have 30. So there must be a system... or a quest or something for getting more orderlies, and until then I legitimately can't do it. So I guess we'll use the orderlies to do medical inspection. We'll just do what we can here. Quarantine. Do what I can to reduce unrest. Which is weirdly curfew. Curfew is like the best way to reduce unrest, even though it seems like people hate it. I guess making people not be in the streets leads to them not acting out because they're not in the streets, I guess. It's funny because a curfew feels comparable to a quarantine in certain ways, so it's surprising that's effective in that way. All right, so the good news is I solved today overall, I think, for now, maybe? The bad news is I can't use the vaccine that I invented, so I need to figure out how in this game you get more orderlies at some point, and hopefully that pays off at some point. All right, I'll be cheerier next episode with the troubleshooting mess behind me, but oh my god, that went... I just stepped on every rake I could. Like, that could not have gone worse, damn.